Good afternoon, everybody. This is Deirdre from Quick Software again. Thank you very much for joining me. This afternoon, we will talk about referral debtors and all things referral debtors. Can you quickly, just if you don't mind, in the chat, tell me who's running on Windows main module Lite versus the full, just so that I have a quick idea of how I'm going to do this. I will cover all the various options, but I just want to know who's on full, who's on Lite. For those of you that's on Lite, don't worry, I'm not forgetting about you. I just need to make sure that I don't do too many weird stuff. Right, so we've got lots of people on full. I'm very, very pleased to see that. So you're all driving the Ferrari with a real Ferrari engine, hey? Quite a powerful little tool we have in there. Nothing wrong with the light. It's just the light has got all these features disabled. And really, if you can enable them, it's so much better. Of course, everybody with full will agree with me. Month end is a pain because you can't run month end unless everything is done. So we'll discuss both options. There's actually 3 options, believe it or not, so we'll go through them and we'll quickly discuss them. Right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the file with you so that you can quickly have a look at it, so you know what I'm talking about. This is just, it's not going to tell you how to switch it on. Well, it will, but this is going to be a general discussion. So bear with me. You're most welcome in this session. I actually encourage you to unmute your mic, partake in this whole discussion, because as I said to you, we've got 3 different options that we will be looking at. All right, yo. Let me start sharing my screen. That would probably be a very good idea. Right, so I've shared my screen. I'm assuming everybody can see my invoicing module right now. Now, are you all familiar with what exactly a referral debtor is? Would you like me to quickly explain it in layman's terms? Right, for those of you who don't know what a referral debtor is, you know your supplier. Let's take Thompson's for instance. When you have a client that's going on a tour package through Thompson's, they either pay with their credit card and then your commission becomes due, or they pay you cash and then you just pay the supplier less your commission. Right. Now, a referral debtor is exactly that. Whenever your supplier or creditor, which is the real term I should be using, whenever your creditor owes you any commission, they in effect become a referral debtor because they owe you the commission for referring your client to them when they book the tour package. Now, when we talk about referral debtors, there's 3 ways in which you can do it. Okay, and I'm going to open it up. The first way is you don't set anything up. Okay, your referral debtor, any debits or credits, will for that referral debtor, and if we think about it, normally it is a debit when it's a referral. Why? Because they owe you the commission. That debit will go straight through to your creditor's account. Does it make sense? And from there, if you do get money in from Thompson's, what you will do is you'll go put it against your creditor's account, the individual creditor. Thompson's for this instance. Okay, so whether it is cash or credit card, nobody's going to know the difference. You're just going to keep on posting to that 800 account. Now, if your creditors are not an 800 account, don't freak out. Whatever your creditor's code is, that's fine. Most of our standard GLs have got a creditor's code of 800, and I will be referring to the 800 accounts in this instance for this afternoon. But if yours is a different code, don't worry. It's still okay. It'll work the exact same way. This second option that we have for your debtor referrals is where you will go into the invoicing module and you'll go and activate it. So whenever you have a cash invoice, and when I'm talking about cash, it's the settlement type on the actual debtor. So in the invoice, when you do a new invoice, where you will select the payment method as cash, what should happen there? The cash will go to the 800 account, but the moment that the payment credit method is a credit card, The system's going to throw it into a referral debtors account, and we generally set it up as a 703 account. And we set that, we will go through the rings. I'll show you option 2 and 3. I'm not going to show you what to do with option 1 because it stays in the exact same creditor's GL account. So I'll be playing with option 2, where you will activate it. Cash invoices is going to go to your actual creditor's account, and any commission that's due will go to an account called a debtors referral account. And you will also find those transactions in the Winmain. Now, generally with option 2, we assume that you are on full Winmain for this particular transaction. Okay, so option 2 is generally for all the full people. Option 2 is where you will go and play. The third option that I have in here is similar to the old DOS main module and DOS GL. All right, so we would still activate it for you. Your cash invoices are still going to go to your original 800 creditors account, but what will happen is any invoices where the payment method was credit card and the commission is due will go to the 703 account in the GL. And when I talk about 703, if you had Thompson's and the creditors code was 800/THO, it will go and create an account 703/THO. And it'll lie there in your GL waiting for you to capture your deposits from your cash book, or from your bank statement, I should rather say. All right, so I'm going to play with option 2 and option 3. Now, the best thing to do is to actually show you how to go and activate that. Now, please, guys, if you do decide, and you didn't have it previously activated, if you do decide to activate your referral debtors and you're on full now, I'm going to pretend we're all on full. Trust me, we'll do the light one later, but for full now, just so that we can all be on the same page and understand what we're doing. If you do decide to activate this particular setting, it is vitally important that you remember to go and transfer those balances into the individual referral debtor accounts. My system is not going to do it for you. This will be a manual intervention. You will need to transfer those balances. What the system will do for you is the system will, anything from this point forward, will then capture it the correct way and throw it into the referral debtor account when the actual invoice is raised. Okay, so I'm working on option 2 now, and this is assuming you've got full Winmain on. Here's what you do. Your settings will be in your branch. So we're going to go Setup, Company Tables, Branches. In here, we're going to go into Options. Once our option opens up, we can either go and click all these little lines. I'm a lazy person, so all I'm going to do is in my text box, I'm going to type in referral. Once I've opened that up, I'm going to look at these 2 settings here. Now, I already have them activated. You won't. So the very first thing that you're going to do is you're going to go and say, use the debtor's ledger for referral commissions due. And you're going to tick it. The second thing, vitally important, is you need to go and create a control account. Now, if you don't know where to create this, you're not going to go create this in invoicing or main. You're physically going to go into your GL. And let me just get into my full demo data so I can show you where to do it. So in your full demo travel data, you're going to go into your chart of accounts. And you're going to go make sure that you've got an account called 703. Referral debtors. Remember, full Winmain, so it's not going to give me individual accounts in my GL on the TB. It's only going to give me one total. So it's going to lie here, created. It's a current liability, referral. It should actually be an asset, come to think of it. Sorry, that was a mistake. Because they owe us money, right? So once we've done that, and you've activated that account code in the GL, and it's now live and active, back in your invoicing, here where it asks for the control account, you will go and select that account from your chart of accounts, which is in here. All right, so it keeps on reading back into the GL saying, hey GL, what is my account? And you then just go and select it. Once you've selected and created it, you simply click on Save. At this point in time, you don't have anything else to do. You're simply going to click on Save. Right, now let's see what a normal invoice will look like. Does it look different? Is there anything weird on it? Let's go see. I'm going to pretend I'm going to do an invoice for a particular data. And again, if you don't mind, I'm going to choose Thompson Stewart. Everything normal as per your normal invoice. So whatever is green or blue, compulsory, you need to complete that information. If you don't, my system's going to nag. And boy, oh boy, can it nag. It definitely can. Right, supplier, select Thompson's. You can do the drop-down thing. I'm not yet to train you how to find these stuff. I'm assuming now that you've already had a look at invoicing 1 through to 8. So by now, you should know how to do all these things. It's completed. Is it domestic? Is it international travel? Oops. Travel dates. Let's hope Corona's over by that date. I hope so. Supplier invoice number. This is their invoice number, the total package price that they quoted you for the strip. Now, I've just decided I'm going to Mauritius and it's going to cost 35,000 Rand with a few odd cents here and there. Now, you will agree with me, there's no VAT on there, so I'm scrapping my VAT. I can enter units, but units on a tour package is generally 1. So I'm not going to go and break it up into 7 nights now. This is a tour package, so it'll be 1 unit, and my total rate would be exactly what I have there. Right, so a lot of people don't use this middle section. Please remember, if you are doing reporting, this becomes critical so that it can talk about rates and nights and how many days you were spending everywhere, etc. On the right-hand side, my system then automatically went into the system setup for Thompson's, which is this little shortcut over here, and it said, oh, thank you, we have a commission percentage of 10%, and it automatically calculated that commission percentage for me. If it does not agree to your supplier invoice, please go and rectify it. Right, once you've done that, very important, this payment method, because it is a referral debtor, now needs to be a direct settlement. Do you agree with me? Because you're not going to take the money and pay it over to Thompson's. You've given them the credit card number, or your client has gone onto their virtual payment website and they've already submitted the payment. You doing this invoice A, to show your client they've paid, but B, for you on the right-hand side to say, hey guys, you owe me some money. Okay, you owe me some commission. Very important. If you make this cash, it's going to go to the 800 account. If it's a referral debtor, payment method must be direct settlement client. Okay, mine has got agency in there because I've got ICC2 activated. So if yours does not look exactly like mine, yours just have an option of billback or direct settlement. It is quite cool. You just don't have all the bells and whistles I've got switched on. Straight from here into your direct settlement, and if you do have cards loaded for your client, then you would select them here. On this particular client, I did not load them, so I don't need to enter them. Once I'm done, you now can see the amount due from my client is 0, which is correct. They've already paid with their credit card, and it shows me that I'm earning some commission there, and that this amount is actually due from the supplier. So it's reminding me to say, hey, Deidre, you better chase Thompson's because they owe you this money. And we're going to be like, thank you, very good system, happy, happy, and save. Right, now let's save this transaction and let's go and see. Keep an eye on the invoice number, it's 8615. Let's see if my system's going to handle it the way I want it to. Right, so now my invoice is done. Let's go and see what the main module did. If you are looking for this transaction in the main module, right? Let's say you now want to run a statement because you want to send this through to Thompson's and say, guys, where is my moolah? You're going to go to queries, you're going to go into statements, and at your ledger, you're going to have something now that you didn't have before, which is referred to as referral debtors. Select it. Now, you don't have to do any subs. If you only want to send it to Thompson's, then obviously you're only going to say Thompson's at this point in time. When you're ready, click on print. and I'm just going to drag it across. I hope you can all still see my interim statement. If you can't, unmute and just warn me beforehand. But there's your actual invoice. Remember 8615? There it is, telling us that Thompson Stewart still owes us 3,765. The full balance on this particular statement, therefore, is 11,000 Rand. Why? Because I have another transaction that they've not paid me. All right, so I will be sending this statement on, and of course, you will also have a RA detail. Now, the question is, where do I find this RA? The simple answer is, if it is a cash transaction and the creditor, not a cash, sorry, if the creditor is set to COD, you will find this remittance, remittance number 400, in your invoicing system. So let me show you. Ideally, they always say, I will not pay you unless I get an invoice. And you're going to be like, oh, shush, man, I'll give it to you. So where do you find this RA? In invoicing, you're going to go to File, Print Documents, and you're going to go down to Remittance Advice. And because we know the number, we're simply going to enter the number. And let's see what it looks like. Whoopsie. There we go. All right. So your procedure, print your remittance advices to a PDF file, go back into the main module like we just did now, go print this statement, attach it all onto one nice email, go to them and say, guys, please pay me my money, and hopefully they'll pay you very soon. So now we're going to pretend these people are super jacked. Thompson's wants to pay us, and now a few hours or a day or 2 or 3 has passed, and we get a nice email from Thompson's with a proof of payment. Now the question is, Deirdre, so what do we do now? Thank you very much, they got our money. Woo-woo, nice system. I agree, but let's show how to capture this. Right, now as you know, any receipting happens in the main module. So what you're going to do in here is go in, File, New Receipt. It's also your little green page at the top. Green is good to go. It means we're getting something, so we quite like that. Capture your information. If you want to, capture your bank. I always like putting in my bank because I don't believe in doing a receipt and then a deposit and then thereafter. It's obviously a different case if you're talking about speed points and those kind of things, but this was a straightforward receipt straight into my bank, and there we go. If I had the invoice number, in this case, remember we've got that invoice number 8615. If I have that invoice number, can you see how the system automatically went in and tried to find the invoice number for me? Yeah, it did. But look at how stupid it was. It assumed it was a debtor. See, I'm checking if you're all asleep, and you all are, because nobody unmuted to say, it's supposed to be a referral debtor. Please keep in mind that you need to say that you're looking for a referral debtor and that it is Thompson's. Caught you out, didn't I? Okay, so back into the receipt. Thompson has been nice, and they have paid us our money, and instead of just paying us our 3,765 Rand, they said, guys, we are so sorry, you're such a loyal client of ours, we're going to pay you all the com. And they did. So what do? We enter our amount, and we have to go and allocate. Once we've allocated, quite simply, click on Save. Bank and confirmed, because it was placed on the deposit slip, I actually verified it onto my bank statement. Right, so now our receipt is done, and our cash book entry is also done. I hope I selected the right one. Yes, I did. Here you can see your physical entry is in here. Okay, and you can see there it's for Thompson Stewart and the complete amount that they've settled. Now this is all great, fine and wonderful, and in a magical world you will separate your referral com from what you actually owe the supplier. It's a magical world. It doesn't work like that. A lot of times what will happen, especially like if it's Avis or something like that, when it is due, you will go deduct the referral com from your actual invoice. Am I right? You guys are quiet. I need a yes, or I need a I disagree. Anybody?
I disagree. I disagree.
I don't know who disagree, but I'm so happy you disagree. All right. So what happens in your ideal world? Do you split them, or do you have to put it all on one? How do you go about that?
So on our statement, instead of us paying the full amount, they kind of reverse it on the Avis statement, and we do a journal. Then I ask Avis to send us a breakdown of all the referrals, and then I do an invoice separately per consultant, and then I allocate.
Okay. Are you on full win?
Yes.
Full Winmain, like I've got here.
Yes.
Okay, quite right. You can do a journal entry. Let me show you. Let's quickly do this, and let's go see if I'm hoping I have something. If I don't, we'll quickly do some invoices. Your way of doing it is perfect. You absolutely can do journals so that you can transfer between your referral data and your actual creditor's account. Nothing wrong with that. The other option, because you are on full Winmain, is I don't know if you know, but you can literally come in here and do a cash book entry, where you can take both the referral data and the creditor amounts at the same time, and you'll be left with a net amount. I don't know if you know that.
No, I did not know that.
Yay! Deirdre can show you something you don't know. All right, now I'm getting excited because I was like, this is boring. You're all sleeping, and yeah. I was like, if I could unmute your mics, I would be hearing a lot of snoring right now. And see, you just proved you're not sleeping. Cool beans. Let's quickly run, if you don't mind. I'm going to run a normal age analysis. It's fine. We can do a referral data. Okay, so we have some Avis here. Let's see if we owe Avis. I'm just going to drag this to the left side for now. And then I want to do a normal land supplier one. And just see if there's any common things here. Oh, I trust Deirdre to do that. It's a land supplier. Sorry about that, because we really don't want to see all the BSB stuff. Oh, yeah, all right. So guess what we have? I know it's a bit small, guys, but just stay with me, okay? So on the left-hand side, I have some referral debtors, and you can see here Avis owes me 34. I don't know if you can see this. Do you want me to make it a bit bigger? Yes. Let's do this. All right. So Avis now is a referral debtor. They owe us COM for 34 Rand and 58 odd cents on a transaction for Mr. Quicksoft. But in the same breath, we owe Avis, oopsie. Oh, Deirdre, can you make it bigger? You're such a nunus. Woo, maybe a bit too big, hey? Got overzealous there with my little button.
Not that bad. I have glasses, but I'm like,
It's not that bad, eh? Okay. But on this particular age analysis, this is now what I physically owe Avis as a creditor. We have an amount there of 21,184.30. Now, I'm not going to send them an invoice to claim the commission and then still pay them the full 21,184. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. I'm paying bank charges for nothing. Okay, because I'm going to pay a bank charge to pay out, and I'm going to get a bank charge to get this stupid 34 Rand that they owe me back. So I'm saying, stuff that nonsense. I'm going to do one payment, and I'm just going to deduct my money from my referral data. Now, as you quite rightly said, normally people would go in and they would quickly then go do a journal from the referral data into the actual creditor, in this case being Avis, so that that balance there at the end can become a bit less. And then when you do the payment, you're just going to select your payment as Avis itself. Right. What I'm saying, or I'm proposing, is you shouldn't need, and I'm hoping I'm not going to fall on my face now, and if I do, I'm sorry. You shouldn't need to do a journal. In the cash book, you will be able to do multiple allocations. All right, so you can do two things at once. How are you going to do it? You're going to go into your cash book entry, select the bank that you're going to pay from, and quite simply go into new. Once you've opened new, you now have your cash book entry, and you're going to go and choose what payment type it is. I'm going to say it's an EFT. Guys, what you choose in entry type is really up to you. Right, why is it not bringing, oh, I need to go into allocation. Sorry. Hopefully this is going to work. Oh, no, why is it not doing it? Guys, I was on a version where it worked. I'm going to have to check if I broke something. I possibly did. You should be able, and I'm sorry, now I'm falling flat on my face, you should be able to select from your debtors, referrals, and your normal creditors in here. If it's not working, there must have been a very good reason why they disabled this. And I can see here, can you see I'm on an old version here? It's talking about updates. I'm not going to update now. Let's work on the premise that I was absolutely wrong. Who said that earlier on? Sorry, I never got your name. It never showed me the mic who unmuted her mic.
Daniela.
Daniela, 5 million points credit to you. Guys, for now, please use Daniela's way. I promise I'll put up a YouTube vid if I get it to work. But it should actually have allowed me to do a referral debtor and a creditor in my cashbook entries. I'll find out why, and I promise I'll get back to all of you. So your job now, as Daniela has explained to us earlier on, is to do a journal entry. Open up your new journal. Give it some details. Open it up. Select your referral debtor. I feel like I want to cry now. Oh, it's not Thompson's, it's Avis. I was like wondering what's going on there. Avis, and the amount we're going to take is the 34 Rand. Insert 34 Rand and 58 cents. Always remember to allocate. It just makes it nice. It makes it clean. When you run your age analysis, it's going to look nice, neat, and all of that. So simply save. And then, of course, your second line is now where we're going to go and give it to Avis, not the referral debtor, but the actual creditor. Now, all of you, please tell me that you know what the sigma sign does. Anybody know? Have you ever used it? Yeah, I'm getting yeses, yeah. If you have a journal entry with a whole lot of debits and credits, and you just want the total sum, opposite total sum of that little sigma sign there will do exactly that for you. So you don't have to remember whether it's a debit or a credit. My system will do the opposite entry for you. Okay, and now at this point in time, I can't really go and allocate it here. We'll go and allocate it when we do the actual payment. Does it make sense what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Cool beans. Once you're done in here, if you want to put in a message, you can go and say, whatever the case might be. I'm not going to start thinking of something now. I'm quite pathetic with that. All right. Please remember, once you've done your journal, you also have the option of password protecting it. I don't know if you all know about that. And also you can do auto line matching.
No, I don't know about auto line matching. What's that?
Auto line matching is, it will basically look at the details, the passenger's name, references, and all of that. And it'll try and match it for you as you go through. It's quite a new nifty thing. It works quite well. Go and play with it, especially if you've got one client doing the same transactions over and over and over and over and over. This line matching is super, super cool. Okay, it's not going to work now, I promise you, because of course I don't have the same passenger who's now my referral debtors passenger and my, well, I suppose you could if he travels a lot, but yeah, you could use this option. Okay, I'm not going to do that now. Once I'm done, simply click on save. So now I've told the system A, we've done an invoice, we've sent them the remittance advice, we've sent them the statement they've claimed. We now are doing the journal because we want to pay them the money, but we're not going to pay them for the commission that they owe us. How are we going to do that? We're going to go to File, New Payment. My supplier is not going to be a referral debt or anything like that. It is now going to be my land supplier. Why? Because I transferred the balance from the referral debtor into the land supplier. At the account, go select Avis. And guys, if you can, please remember to allocate. Right, it's always good if you allocate. Keep in mind, if you allocate, when you look at those age analysis with open items, or if you look at those statements, it makes it so much neater. I'm not even talking about monitor an account, because monitor account just looks so much better with all your allocations. So please remember to allocate. I'm doing that just now. And of course here, I now have got source references. If I want to link it, maybe your source reference could be the same as your bank reference. You have a statement. I don't know how you guys do it. I normally work with a statement, and then from my statement I number my lines so that I know exactly from an audit trail where exactly and on which line of the statement I can find the transactions. So I'm just going to say statement 104, line number 23 is where I had it. You don't have to have a source reference. It just makes it easier from a auditing's perspective. Right, so bank account, and you will see the minute I put that bank in, it also tries and copies that source reference for me. Now it's all great, fine and wonderful, but I can't save a voucher if I don't have an amount in there. So let's enter the amount. Oops. Ooh, khati patati. Why is this thing like this? This is a payment voucher. Why is it doing that? Oh, look at that. Did you see that?
Sure.
Guys, remember I said to you, if you switch on referral debtors, you need to make sure that you transfer that balance from the actual land supplier or creditor to the referral debtor. I should start practicing what I preach. Can you see here this journal, which is 45018, is a debit. Now you'll agree with me, a normal cash transaction will be debit your debtor, credit your creditor, credit com, credit VAT. When this journal was done, and we did it as take on balances, this came through as a debit. Technically speaking, and you'll agree with me, technically speaking, that should have been under my referral debtor. Do you all see what I'm saying, and do you understand why I'm telling you that I was absolutely blind because this is a debit? We should have actually claimed more money from Avis.
Okay.
Can you see why? Because this is a debit. That balance is a debit. It's not a credit. It's not like I'm going to go pay Avis 21,000 Rand. They still owe me. So at this point in time, I would phone Avis and say, sorry for you. You still owe me 21,000 Rand. I want that money. Okay, so maybe my Avis was a very bad example. If you want, I can quickly go raise the invoice to the value of 60,000 Rand so that you can see what it should look like. So do you mind if I do that quickly?
No problem.
You stuck with me, darlings, for the rest of the afternoon? No, not really. It won't be that long. But you are stuck with me. Sorry for you. All right, so magic cleaning had some Avis in here. I actually should have just done that in the first place. Sorry. Supplies Avis. Okay, guys, and they hired a Land Cruiser somewhere in Zimbabwe or Zambia or something like that. No, it's international. Renter's name. I hope there's a Smith. Whoopsie. Smith, Joseph. Lucky for you, you traveled somewhere. Deep, dark Africa. Maybe he was stuck there during the quarantine and they wouldn't let him out. And the whole trip was just making up good amounts here, am I not? I'm going to pretend there was no commission on here. All right, just so that otherwise I have to do another referral journal. And for this practice, I'm not going to do that. Let's go click Save. So now it's like, okay, it's time to pay Avis. Let's go have a look at what Avis is doing. Back into my main module. If I now want to pay them, new payment. It's not an admin supplier. This is actually a land supplier. I swear I chose Avis, but in any event, why is it not updating my 50-odd thousand Rand? Let me just see. Is my links down? Did I choose Avis? I did. And it is cash. Due to supply 55. Where's my money? I'm just going to quickly reset everybody. So sorry about this. out of here so it can update itself. Let's try again. It's like this last one doesn't want to. I might have broken it whilst I was trying to do a comparison for you between Winmain Lite and Winmain Full. Let's quickly do a monitor and account of Avis and see if it's there now. Oh, it's already created a payment voucher. That's why I couldn't see it. Can you see? Why does it create a payment method? Because I set it to COD. Right, so if it's set to month end, then it won't go and create a payment for you. So let's go look at those payments. Right here. So now, immediately, because I saved that invoice, my system said, I'm going to do a payment voucher. It's COD, so you're going to pay them right now. And I'm going to be like, hold your horses. I'm not going to pay the whole amount. I'm actually only going to pay what is due. And it is at this point that you'll agree with me that you would actually be doing a recon between their statement and your statement, making sure that you all agree of what's happening. Now, my job today is not to show you how to do recons. We'll do that in a different session. My job is to show you about the referrals. So here we go. And the amount we're paying is 33787.12. Whoa. I'm clearly smoking something good. That's much better. And it's going to allocate everything. All right. Once you're done, you can simply click on Save. Hey, Bank Deirdre, it's not in there automatically. Don't be daft. Right. Now the question is, so Deirdre, now we've done that journal between our referral debtor and our creditor. Surely if I now go run either a statement, an age analysis, or a monitor of account on Avis, that balance now should be 0. So let's go and check what it does. I'm going to run monitor an account. It's a quick and easy way to get the answers we want. This is not a land supplier. You'll agree with me. This is my referral debtor. So let's go look at Avis. I can select only May if I want to. And there you can see my balance on this referral debtor is 0. It is vitally important that if you are using referral debtors and you have balances on them, but you're going to deduct it from the total amount that you're paying over to that creditor, it's vitally important that you remember to do that journal or that you do a multiple allocation cash book entry. As I said, it's not working on my system. I think I broke something and I have an idea what, but I don't want to go and fix data now to try and get that going. Please remember, you need to get that journal entry done or the cash book entry to transfer the money from that referral debtor into the actual creditor, because if you don't, you at year end will sit with a headache the size of Mount Kilimanjaro, and you're going to phone us and say, I hate referral debtors, and I'm going to be like, I hate it too. Okay, if you don't manage it properly, you will create more headaches and heartaches than you will actually have it easier. This is a huge control thing, and it does require you looking at it all the time, not just at year end. Okay, so this is the so I want to say, if you need to activate this, think it through, give it 1 month, see if you still want to do it the next month, and then we will help you transfer those balances. You can do it yourself, but it must be done at month end, guys, please. At month end, you need to then transfer those balances into the actual referral debtor, and then you need to actively work on those referral debtors. No good you activating it and you're not actively chasing those commissions or doing something with them, transferring them into the creditors. I almost want to go as far as saying, if you are going to just keep on transferring it back into the creditor, don't even start activating it. Okay, because that's not the intention. That was not why we have it. Yes, it can work great for all the small little, not the small tour operators, are obviously big. It works well for Thompson's and it works well for Beachcomber and all of those. Absolutely. But if it's something like a Avis or a budget or a hotel, and it's constantly transactions in between going backwards and forwards, seriously rethink the whole idea of having a referral debtor, unless, of course, you've got super good controls and you've got people on it all the time to check it. All right, so this is Winmain Full. Do we have any questions about referral debtors in Winmain Full? Linda's saying all good. Linda's saying no questions. Everybody saying good. Thank you, everybody. Thanks to Ohana. Nice to see you yet again. Okie dokes. Now let's... Yes.
I said
hello,
yes.
Hello. Sorry, I didn't see that. Sorry, I thought yes, everything's cool. Sorry, Jan.
This is probably just my ignorance because I don't work on Winfull. So I'm just asking out of curiosity, when you create the invoice like this month, okay, yes, and then you are only sending your remittance advice at month end and they only pay you next month. Now, because you've put the transaction through this month, it would have affected your VAT output account in this month.
Except you,
next month.
You can defer it. In Winmain Full, it'll create those payments for you, but you can defer it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Okay. If that answers your question.
It does. Yeah, I don't know how to do that, but I'm not very
We're still going to get to lots of, I know we only have up to part 10 or part 9 on Facebook and the website, but there's many more sessions for Windows to come. I literally just need to sit and load them in Zoom, load them in Facebook, load them on the website, and I'm really hoping I can do that. A lot of people have now just said to me, Deirdre, we want that VAT report. We want it desperately. So I've been busy. It's busy uploading into YouTube. So I gave VAT preference to the Zoom sessions, but I will load them. Please just keep checking out on Facebook and on our website, and obviously our emails, which I think has got a terrible, terrible return red rate. Looks like nobody's reading them. I think it's going into spam. So please just keep checking out website and Facebook for new sessions. I promise they will appear as soon as I've gotten my jack into gear. Okay.
Thank you.
No, thank you. All right. Now, what happens if you have referral debtors activated as option 3 on the document that I've said to you? It pretty works on the same basis, okay? You will still come in here. You will still create an invoice like I've done for Thompson's Tours, okay? It will still create a RA if it is set to COD, and it will still say that commission is due of a total of 3050. When you, however, look at the accounting analysis of that particular transaction, what is going to happen is you, and this is a cash, so that's not going to help. I'm such a nunos. Sorry about that. I think this one's a better one. Yeah, much better. Guys, if you have full Winmain and you really don't want to stick around for the light, I will forgive you, hey? You don't have to stay if this is not going to apply to you. For those of you who's stuck through all of this just because you have light, yay, now it's your turn. All right, so this particular transaction was for Thompson's Tours. The settlement was absolutely direct settlement. They have paid the tour operator themselves, but we still need to get our moolah from them. So there's a commission amount of 3274.20. We have a VAT amount and we have a commission amount. So if you look at the accounting analysis, what is basically owed? Right, we have the debtor, we have the referral creditor, which is Thompson's in this case, and they owe us the full amount. They don't owe us the amount less VAT, they owe us the full amount because we've already done the split on the income statement between commission received and VAT. Okay, so what's the process? You do your invoice, you save it, you open up your main module. For you to get that money into the GL, you're going to run a control account, okay? And I'm not going to run a control account now, forgive me. I'm assuming you know how to run a control account. What will happen in that particular GL, let me just open it. Where's light? There we go. What will happen is the minute you run that control account, right, the system will, in the WTM batch, throw them out as individual accounts. Can you see here, I've got a 703, Avis, City Lodge, Sabi River Sun, and Thompson's. The system will throw it into your GL from here. And from here, you then will need to process the transactions. Now, what I can tell you that is quite nice is straight from here, if you now do want to deduct money from a particular supplier, because you're not going to pay the commission, you're not going to pay the commission and then still ask them to pay you the full amount back. At this point in time, if you are, let's say we're going to do a split payment for Avis, I can go and do a physical payment. I think we'll use that OK. I'm going to leave it like this so that you can see what I'm doing. So I can still go in, capture my payment. Remember, this is my cash book. Netbank current account is my cash book. And I can, in this one particular entry, do my Avis story. Oh, we need to give it the same reference. Bank statement reference or cash book reference. CB May 23. I clearly haven't worked on this, have I? Oopsie, I left my N out. Do you know why I put a credit there? Anybody want to guess?
Because they owe you. You're paying, you're deducting it from the amount.
Exactly. By doing 100%, Jan, 2 million credit points to you. All right. By doing this, I've in effect cleared off the debit that I had on that particular debtor's account. Now, because I'm still paying Avis and I want one amount to show on my cash book, I'm still going to say Avis in here. Can you see now I'm pointing to my creditor? But very important, this reference, I'm going to keep exactly the same reference. Why? I'll show you now. When we do our cash book, we will see that it's joined them together, so it's one amount that we paid out on our bank. I'm just going to say as per reconciliation. Now, when we say as per reconciliation, your job does not stop here. You still need to go do that contraring, okay? And that happens under setup. For those of you who's joining the GL training, which I am going to load, I will be going into contras and allocations and all of that for you. Do you want to ask something, Jan?
No, I'm quite happy at the moment, thank you. I'm just thinking of a particular agent whose referral debtors is in a total mess, and yeah.
Guys, don't activate referral debtors if you're not going to give it the attention it deserves. Okay, It is high maintenance. Seriously, it is like a little one-year-old toddler who needs you all the time. It loves you, you love it, but it needs you all the time. It needs your attention, and trust me, you can't let it slip, because if you let it slip, it becomes the biggest nightmare you ever had. And then when you call us, oh, let me just reject that, sorry, and put my phone on do not disturb. Okay, you will phone us and we will most likely tell you the easiest way to do it is do journals between your referral debtor and your actual creditor, and just go and recon your main creditor's account, because it's a nightmare. All right. That being said, I'm over my little rant now. I'll get off my little soapboxy. This particular transaction, because we use the same reference number, will show us that the actual amount we're paying them is 5,221 Rand and 10 cents. Okay, and this is physically what will show on your bank statement as well. All right, now as I said to you earlier, the proof is in the pudding. It's all great fun and while. I'm seeing 2 lines, Deirdre. Show me in the cash book where it's not showing 2 lines. Sure. When we go into our bank recon, I like my dashboard. I don't know if you do. Oh, Deirdre, she's a very naughty. Oh, I've got the wrong date there. Let me just do that again for May. 2020. Oopsie. Maybe go a bit slower and we'll get there. Unreconciled items only. What? Here at the bottom. Can you see that it shows this? There's my referral debtor. It shows only 703 AVI. It doesn't show Avis, but look at that amount. It's a bit short. Hey? I wish I can pull it up. Can you all see it? Why is it only showing 703 AVI? Does that mean everything's going to go to 703 AVI?
No, that was your first line, wasn't it?
That's right. Quite
and
right, Jan.
Items to it with the hash there. Yeah.
That's it. That hash tells you, number 2 tells you that this transaction actually had 2 lines. My system will only pick up the first one. It'll only ever show the first one. Can you imagine it had to create extra little blank lines just for you to see whichever ones were underneath there? It would be absolutely insane. That being said, it's not like you can't. If you do that, here where it says combine the same reference records, if you want to see every single account and you then go into this dashboard, you can see them, each and every single one. But it will always, if you combine, show only the very first one. Okay. Does what I explained now make sense? Do you understand why I'm saying what you should do, you should be doing, and why you're doing it? Do you have any questions?
No, it's perfect. Thanks very much, Deirdre.
No, thank you very much, Jan. Again, it's a very handy tool, but you need to manage it. If you don't manage it, it will spiral out of control and you will phone me and say, why the hell did you show me referral debtors? And I'll be like, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll cry with you, but yeah, that's probably where it's going to stop. We'll just have to find a way to fix it for you. And of course, anything can be fixed. All right.
Deirdre, can one journal and clear the debtor referral counts and then actually turn it off?
Yeah. I've tried that, but my system kept on giving me errors. But it might also be that I deactivated it when I thought it was month end and it wasn't. Okay, I want to, I'm going to say yes, it is possible, but rather not switch it on. If you're not sure. I'd rather just say huge warnings to yourself. Make sure you want this like in you forever. Yes, it can be switched off, but not without a lot of headaches. And then I have to become involved, changing the background, the database, and all of that. And yes, whilst we can do it, it's not an easy process, and you'll pay more for us to undo it than you just not doing it at all. Sounds dreadful, hey? It's like,
no, I'm just thinking of someone. It's okay. Thanks, you've answered me. Thank you.
You can, but yeah. Daniela, do you have any questions?
No.
You're okay? Any observations? Anybody, any observations, anything you want to say? Maybe you already have it activated and you have some questions. You gladly ask questions. That's how we all learn.
I might sound like I'm saying something stupid, but I think referral debtors could work very well if all your clients are on credit card and the clients pay the suppliers directly, and all we have to do is just email the suppliers our RAs and they pay us.
I love it. No, I think you're 100% spot on. If you know 80% of or 90% of your transactions are actually all payment by credit card, then I would be like, go for this. This will then absolutely work, yes. But if your margins are lower, yeah.
In a real world, everything should be on credit card and not cash. That's what I think.
Yeah, then of course you don't run that risk anymore. Hey, you don't have that cash flow problem or anything like that because, yeah, very good observation. Thank you very much for sharing that. I don't think it's stupid at all. I actually think it's very sensible. Everybody else is so quiet. Anybody else want to say something, mention something that you've come across with referrals? Anything you want to ask? Maybe I wasn't clear. All good.
Can they do an ICC on land arrangements, just by any chance?
Yes, you can. The problem is you can. You can use ICC2 for land arrangements. It works out beautifully. It also does it. Please, if you're not using the ICC2, seriously consider looking into it. We've uploaded that onto YouTube. That I think is invoicing 8 that I've uploaded due to demand. Yeah, absolutely. You can do ICC, but why would you? Are you going to pay with your own company's credit card? Hence,
I'm thinking if an agent wanted to do that, and then the client pays them, like they've got some clients, for example, they might have a client who's on 30 days or something. I mean, it's highly unlikely in this day and age, but I mean, it's just a thought.
Absolutely, you can use ICC.
Yeah,
it'll still handle the referral debtors part for you as well. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
No, thank you very much. Again, to all of you, I thank you. Thanks for taking the time to join me. Yeah, you must be tired of us by now, but sorry for you. We still have a long way to go. Our last sessions is round about on the 29th of July. I will get cracking now, and I'll upload those various meetings onto Facebook and onto our website. So if you want to see more stuff, you can see them. If you want, I can quickly share with you what the whole plan is. I don't have links yet, but I can tell you that these are the ones we have planned. And hopefully it's going to copy nicely. If it doesn't, then I shall just break the system. Whoa, no, that looks absolutely... Okay, we'll try and see. It looks a bit stupid. No, it looks ugly. Let me copy this into an Excel spreadsheet, or I'll just take a photo. Photos also work. So, give me a seckie. Sorry. Just shared some garbage with you. It's like, Deirdre, how can you share that? Okay, let's go file save as.
Oh, yay, importing of bank statements. Okay.
Yes. Colette's going to do all of those high, super high level stuff. So hopefully you'll like it. Where's the thingy here? I just did now. Save as. Oh, it was in downloads, Deirdre. Wakey. There we go. I'm sending you a PNG. It's a quick file. It's really just a screen dump of what we are planning on doing. All right. We will not be doing any training from in the first week of August because we know month end still happens. All right. So we do have some other training things planned for you after session 10. I'm assuming by this time you already know what happens up to 10. So this would be everything else. Okay.
Thank you, Deirdre. It was really, really good.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, now the question is just, are you guys going to use it or not? Just be warned. Hey, I did warn you. Nobody can say you weren't warned. You were warned. Take it from here. Okie dokes, everybody. I'm going to say goodbye for now. I see my VAT report is ready to be uploaded into YouTube, so I'm going to quickly do that so that I can share the links. If you are wanting it, I will share the YouTube video on Facebook and on the website as well as a posting. So if you are looking forward to that, then you can go and have a look. All right. Thanks for joining me. Do take care, stay warm, and stay safe. Until the next time. Bye.